welcome back to the channel where I try to eliminate your nail struggles by trying all the nail things so you don't have to. I'm going to try to squeeze in another part of a video I had. If you have not seen my oncolysis video that shows you basically how I damaged one of my nails, this one to be exact, and caused some separation in that from the nail plate and the nail bed, between the nail plate and the nail bed. That is a good video to watch, especially if it could help you in terms of how to fix your nails. But this is just a follow-up to that. I have part of a video, so you may see it inserted in here somewhere. Nevertheless, I want to thank you all. If you are new, thank you for coming. This is just an update. You know, if you're new, come on back, give me the welcoming hands. Welcome to our family. If you know oldie but goodie, you know that I love and appreciate you so much, because it's anywhere you could be on YouTube universe, but I appreciate you being here. If you have not hit like and subscribe yet, now's the perfect opportunity to do so, because trust me when I tell you, lots of information is coming, lots of banter is coming your way, and I'm going to do the best possible thing I can to entertain you, especially when it comes to these ear nails. Nevertheless, let's go and dive right into the video. Okay, people, so this is an update to a nail that I broke, and here is the ugly truth of what it looked like before. Okay, and this is what it looked like grew out, but you are not gonna believe this. I filmed the video to be able to show you all the update as to what was happening with my nail. And how about I went to go get something high off of the kitchen shelf after I have put in a coating of hard gel, and guess what? Let's see if I can zoom in for you, because you're not really gonna believe this. Well, maybe you will once you see it. Let's get a little closer. I literally cracked my nail all the way across. Can you see this crabbage? Do you see this crabbage? Okay, that's crap and garbage together, for those who don't know. I come up with all kind of words all over. But I literally, can you see this bull? I literally cracked my nail. I literally cracked this sucker. Pretty much it's like heavy there, and then it's like a light crack all the way across. So we are going to remove the hard gel that is on here, and I'm actually going to reform this in acrylic because it hurts. I was trying to get some seasoning off the shelf. Honestly, I was cooking, and it was way too high up. I was on my tippy toes. I knew better, but I still wanted to get that bottle of seasoning that was way up on the shelf, and then it fell. And I mean, I got quick hands. I grabbed it with my right hand. The problem is the way that I grabbed it off of my fingertips, and it smashed into my finger. Nevertheless, we are going to take this off. So sit back and relax as I go ahead and walk you through the process of how I'm going to do this. All right, so I have my old trusty Young Nails dust collector out here. Yes, I do like this dust collector. It is quite, it's not very loud at all. It is quite quiet. The thing that I will tell you is that it's expensive. If you don't catch it on sale, this thing's $175. I would tell you to definitely catch a sale. I am actually using a, what is this? This is a 5-in-1 coarse carbide bit. Okay. I am using a 5-in-1 coarse carbide bit from Koopa. I like this one for taking down my gel because I don't need something as harsh as what I would use for acrylic. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my e-file in reverse, and then I'm gonna go ahead and remove this nail. Okay, so we have removed almost all of the hard gel. I never take off, like if I have hard gel on a nail, I never take it off all the way down, because if you don't know, okay, we've pretty much got it all removed. I pretty much have almost all of the hard gel removed. I don't have it perfectly 100% off the nail, and the reason that I don't is anytime I have hard gel really on a nail, I don't take it off all the way because it's actually too traumatic and too damaging to constantly remove hard gel off the nail. I actually have no problem just topping this off. I do mix mediums all the time. I'm just sanitizing and wiping it down with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, and I just go ahead and just mix media in terms of that. I am going to set this in acrylic, so we're going to grab a form, and we are actually going to grab, if you haven't seen my little Young Nails haul and how to do hot fix crystals, now's an opportunity to do so. So I bought this core clear from Young Nails, and then I also am going to grab a form for the simple fact that I tried tips on this hand, and let me just show you. I'm trying to determine whether or not I'm gonna put this video out, but this is my hand with tips, okay? And as you see, the tips are very straight on, okay? Very straight on. Let's see, hold on, let's see if we can get the dust out the nails. They are very straight on. Now, if you look at my right hand, which happens to be on my non-dominant hand, you can see a little more arch in the curve on my hands, and that's because the fingers on my right hand right now are sculpted, okay? I tried to try something different and wanted to try tips. I have not had on tips since the very first time I ever got my nails done, and that was actually for my Sweet 16 party, and I'm telling you right now, I hate them. I hate them. To each his own, because even with my clients and that, I sculpt the nails. I rarely pull out a tip. So as you see, you can see the difference in the nail between how flat it is with the tip and just, I don't know, just that a little bit perfectness of like the curve that's in the nail from it being sculptured. So I'm going to sculpt this particular nail, and I am going to now sculpt it in clear, and especially since I just, of course, split it all the way across. So I want to definitely keep an eye on it. So I'm going to put it in core clear. All right, nail friends, let's keep moving on. First thing I want to do is use some alcohol to cleanse the surface. Wipe that down really good. Okay. And then I'm going to use some acetone to kind of like help get off any oils and that might be on the surface of the nails. This is also how I do my prep. Everybody else has their own way of doing prep, or they use a lot of other products, you know, dedicated dehydrators and things like that. I don't. I just use acetone. I just use acetone, and I'm usually pretty good. All right, so that's the nail itself, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to slip on the form. Okay, so now that I have my form on and closed, I'm going to attach that to the sides. I never completely close it all the way up here because these suckers are super sticky, and it can be really difficult to get these off at times. Okay, all right, so I'm about to protein bond because I need to prime my nail. So all right, so protein bond once, let dry. You can oversaturate the nail with protein bond, so I'm gonna tell you now, like, go ahead and let it dry about a good 10 or 15 seconds, and then especially when you come with your second coat and you come in with your primer, take your brush and kind of like just swirl it around in the jar a little bit, and then go ahead and go in with your second coat. Okay, now I am doing this on my non-dominant hand, so you know, be gentle with me. Be gentle with me. All right, I am using a number 18 Kolinsky brush, okay, because I don't know, for some reason I've gotten into the paint brushes over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and air all the bubbles out. Let's get a tap. All right, so I got my size 18 brush over here, and I can do it with my opposite hand. I just prefer not to be able to do my liquid to powder ratio. It's just so much easier for me if I just go ahead and switch my hands. We're gonna drain off that bead just a little bit. I'm one of them people, I saturate my brush, I almost take off all the liquid and then go back and like dip the tip in, and then that just seems to work for me. Let's see. 3. All right, so I'm gonna set it on the nail, and then let it run a little. Trying to move it up around the edges and kind of tippity tap it till I can get it right where I want it. Okay, now mind you, again, I am doing this with my non-dominant hand, so it takes a little more finessing for me to be able to do this. So don't judge me, judge your mama. Yeah, I can fix that. All right. I'm gonna take those sides in just a bit while it's drying. So, funny story. I used odorless monomer for like the first time yesterday. I hated it. Like, I absolutely hated it. I tried to add acetone to it to, you know, to try to get it to work. No ma'am, no sir. No ma'am, no sir. All right, so we have that set. All right, now friends, so we have finished sculpting you know, Hulk Hogan nail on here. Okay, so it sometimes gets a little wonky on my right hand because this is on my dominant hand, but this is where the magic of editing and filing comes into place. And plus you can't see it, but this is core clear, and as you see, you are seeing directly through to the form, and it's pretty freaking clear. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and file, only because I need to have my nail in my face. I cannot file, like, I've been trying to file like this on camera. I haven't gotten there yet, so all right, now friends, we are going to experiment with some colors because I am good for trying stuff or picking something, being like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then let's see what happens. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and add on a nice thin layer of base coat on my nails because I am going to put gel polish on them. I was gonna just go ahead and put some rhinestones on top of these suckers because I love the color, but you know what, don't want to be super boring, so we're going to go ahead and paint it. So I'm going to speed through so that you can get to the end and not have to sit here and watch me paint base coat on for 10 minutes. So we are going to use Medusa nails. This is color Aqua Serene number 260. So that's Aqua Serene number 260. It is the green, is a part of their Lost Winter collection. There are six, I believe there's six, yeah, there's 6 colors in this particular collection. 4 are magnetic. These are not. This one and the red one are not magnetic. So, but I usually am not a green fan, but I just love the like metallic-y, almost, I don't know, metallic-y, almost iridescence that comes with this particular color. So if you don't know, everybody knows who deals with gel, sometimes you deal with lint, so I was trying to wipe that lint off. But I'm going to show you just how pretty much this goes on really in one coat. But I put it on really, really thin. And as you see, the base coat just kind of helps it slide on. And the base coat to me also helps fill in some of those scratches and things that you may have had on your nails. I used to be pretty anti-base coat because I'm just like, I don't need no base coat. I'm just painting a doggone nail. What's the deal? But I have found for certain products the base coat is absolutely necessary. So this is me just kind of like painting on the nail, and then we're gonna see what designs we end up coming out with. So I'm gonna speed through here so that, guess what, people, you don't have to watch me paint a billion nails. Okay, now babes, we're gonna try an experiment. Here is an Aurora Chrome that I got in my box. You know, really, seriously, it's just gonna be a booty hole today. All right, but I am just winging my design over here to try to see what I can come up with. So I'm actually gonna add this chrome on top of this green, see what we get, see if I like it. I'm just pressing it into the sticky layer of the inhibition layer of the gel, trying to see what I get. I'm usually not a fan of green. If you ain't never heard me say, the only time I'm a fan of green is when it's money. So yeah, we're gonna see how this works. All right, well, that's that. Let me get my little glitter brush. Let's take that off. I don't know, maybe that's gonna be a little bit too much. Okay, nope, that ain't about to work. All right, nail friends, we're gonna roll with this and see how we can do some rhinestone designs over here. So if you didn't see my video about how I use hot fix crystals, go ahead and watch that right now, because that's going to tell you everything you need to know pretty much about how I set rhinestones. Okay, so let me just find a clear filter, pencil, a brush right quick so that we can get these nails set. So all right, so I have my brush for clear sculptor. My brushes, I actually dip them in a little bit of alcohol because I do keep gel on my brushes, and so when I want to make my brushes pliable, I just get a little dampened dish like this, squirt some alcohol in it, and then just swipe my brush back and forth until I know that it is completely dry. So the next thing that I'm about to do, I pulled a bunch of rhinestones. You probably haven't seen my rhinestone haul yet, but we're gonna get there. All right, so I have these, which are like, I don't know, these kind of flame shaped teardrop AB crystals, and these like green peridot raindrop crystals. So we're gonna put these all together along with a bunch of, you know, like AB crystals, some caviar beads. So you're gonna see me kind of just speed through this, and we're just gonna, you know, see what we come up with. I do not have a plan. I'm kind of one of those people that I kind of wing my nail designs. Just be like, okay, we just sit here, we planning, we putting it on, and we figure out what we're gonna do next. Okay.